Hi, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of our No Filter podcast with
Me, Vince.
and Kirsty.
Welcome. And this would be our first or episode one of our No Filter podcast. And our topic for this podcast, our very first podcast, is just an introduction of ourselves. And at the same time, we have a very specific topic that we will be discussing na makakarelate talaga yung listeners and watchers natin for this podcast. And that is all about chores. So, household chores
Mhm.
na kailangan natin gawin on a day-to-day basis. And yun yung pag-uusapan natin on today's episode. Okay?
All right.
All right. So, speaking about chores, Ren,
Mhm.
so mapapag-usapan natin yung mga chores natin sa everyday living. Okay? Meron ka bang specific chore na gusto-gusto mong gawin on on your daily basis or on a weekly basis?
I think siguro ito yung favorite ko, yung laundry. Ikaw ba, friend?
Laundry.
Yes.
Siguro, yung gusto ko ding chores na gusto kong gawin is laundry as well. You know, the reason why gusto ko siya is that you have a free time kung maglo-laundry ka. Kasi you don't have to attend to it. You can just leave it for a couple of minutes and you're done with your laundry. So,
Yeah, so doing your laundry, makapag-multitask ka eh. You can
That's
do
true.
cleaning, pwede ka ring magluto at the same time,
correct.
while doing your laundry. So, marami kang magagawa.
That's
Kasi,
true.
nowadays, very, na tayo eh. Level up na talaga yung mga washers natin. Like, mga automatic na. Unlike, yung mga unang panahon na kailangan mong banlawan, di ba?
Naalala ko din yun. I remember when I was young na meron kaming washing machine sa bahay. But the washing machine can only do washing na meron yung soap. So yung kailangan pang gawin is to take out the clothes from the washer tsaka babanlawan mo pa siya. Was there ever a time in your career or in your adult life na ganun din yung ginawa mo?
Oo, you know what, Vince? I remember when I was in Abu Dhabi. So, during my first few years doon, yung washer namin doon sa tinitirahan ko is yung old school washer. So, like living alone, sobrang hirap. Kasi, maglo-laundry ako, pero kailangan kong banlawan. Like, literal na planggana and kusot-kusot,
So you have to take out the clothes pa from the washing machine and then ilalagay mo siya sa planggana and then you have to rinse it off.
Yes, oo.
I see.
So,
I see.
And you know what? Yung dryer noon, yung dryer before, like dryer, pero basa-basa pa rin. So,
Parang
kailangan
spinner
mong,
lang.
yes, so kailangan mo pa rin isampay, kumbaga yung ano mo,
I see.
yung clothes mo.
Pero ngayon, like us here, and just to give everyone like an information on where we are right now, me and Kirsty, we are here. We're currently in Toronto, Ontario, and we're currently living in a different situation than we were living before. Like currently now, I am living in an apartment building, and Kirsty is living in a house, and there would be differences between you living in an apartment complex and then you living in a house. Kasi, for everyone's information, living in an apartment building, you don't have an in-unit washer and dryer, right?
Mhm.
So, meron dito sa building na isang room na merong washer and dryer, and you'd have to go there every time you do your washing.
Like
your laundry.
multiple units of washer and dryer.
Multiple units, apat na washer, apat na dryer, and there would be like around 85 apartment units here in the building. 80, 85, 88.
Mhm.
So kailangan you have to time it na you're gonna be there before everyone comes to the laundry room. Kasi kapag malilate ka to do your laundry, mag-aantay ka pa ng 45 minutes for the washer or 60 minutes for the dryer.
Especially, you know what, Vince? Especially kung weekends ka naglo-laundry.
That's true.
Like for like a working professional like you, 'di ba? Wala kang time na mag-laundry during weekdays.
Correct.
So weekends ka naglo-laundry.
Tama yan.
So medyo kailangan maaga yung gising mo, no?
That's true.
Para
The laundry
makauna
room-
ka sa laundry.
Correct. Because the laundry room opens at 8 a.m. But you have your key. So you can open the laundry room maybe around 7 a.m. before ahead of everyone else to do your laundry. Para mauna ka doon. Kasi everyone in the building work from Monday to Friday. So everyone's free time would be on a weekend. Kung hindi man weekend, everyone will be doing their laundry on a Friday evening, Saturday morning or Saturday evening, Sunday, even Monday. Meron ng one time na I wanna do my laundry on a Monday. Kasi nga I work from home, thank you. I wanna do my laundry on a Monday. Tapos, I was there around 9 a.m. expecting na walang walang maglo-laundry.
Because Monday yun.
Kasi Monday nga, like
Oo.
everyone's working on a Monday. No one should be there. But to my surprise friend, I had to wait for 3 hours. Kasi every
Oh my
time
God.
every time na nabababa ako, it's full. Laundry, tsaka yung washer, tsaka yung dryer puno. I have to wait 45 minutes. Pagbaba ako, na-late lang ako ng a couple of minutes. Meron na namang nakasalang doon. So, I had to wait for a couple more minutes or I have to be there a couple of minutes before matapos yung ibang nagwawash saka ibang nagdadry for me to do my laundry.
Pero may ano ba yon? Merong, like until what time open yung laundry room
10
nyo?
p.m.
So,
The laundry room
it
is
opens
open.
8 a.m. and then hanggang
Closes
10
at
p.m.
10. But you
10
can
siya.
use it after 10 p.m. naman. You have the key to the laundry area. So you can use it at any time you want, but you have to make sure that you turn off the lights after. Or you
Oh,
turn
okay.
off the device after. Yun lang yung challenge of doing laundry within an apartment unit. Kasi you're not allowed to have a laundry machine, a washer, or a dryer inside your
Your
unit.
unit, yes.
Yun na yung issue doon. Pero friend, I know that you do have your
In-unit
in-unit
washer and dryer.
dryer.
Yes, for me naman, it's different because I live in a house. So, anytime I want na mag-laundry, so nakaka-laundry naman ako.
Oo,
But,
yun
you
lang.
know, like, the worst part, or, you know, I would say, my least favorite part of doing all the laundry and all this stuff is yung folding. What
That's
about your
true.
friend?
Yun nga, same din ako sa pagtutupi. Kasi, what we usually do is when we do washing, kasi merong 45 minutes yun. We do our extra chores, right? Like, what do you do?
I clean the house. I
You
cook.
mop, you cook, we mop, we vacuum. Tapos after nun, you have 60 minutes after nun to do your drying. So you can still do a lot of things after that. And then you use that specific time for you to cook food and then to eat as well, right? So pagod ka na din nun. Right? And then after nun, after next time drying is yung pagtutupi, folding the clothes.
Yes, folding the clothes. Ito yung mahirap na part eh. Kasi minsan, kahit natupi mo na, I know, makaka-relate dito yung mga listeners natin and, you know, especially our friends. Shout out nga dyan kay Monica and kay Jula. Na even natupi mo na yung mga damit mo, minsan nakakatamad din namang ipasok pa sa cabinet, di ba? Parang sobrang daming process no ng paglo-laundry, like
Totoo.
washing your clothes and then
Ay,
putting
hindi lang
it
yun.
inside the dryer.
You have to separate it pa.
Ay, correct, oo. I forgot, before washing your clothes, separate mo, di ba? Like tayo, mga Pinoy, or I'm not sure if ganun din sa ibang, you know,
Ibang lahi.
yes. Na tayo kasi, we are used to separating yung whites and yung mga decolor, di ba?
Correct.
Mm-mm.
So yun. So it is a long process of you separating your clothes and then washing and then drying and then after that you also have to fold. Pero alam mo friend, you struggle talaga yung folding after kasi pagod ka na. But the good thing about folding after the laundry, although na I don't really like it, I just like the washing and the drying kasi wala akong ginugugol na na energy doon.
Yeah, walang effort. Kumbaga, like the only effort na gagawin mo is put the clothes inside the washer.
True. Pero kasi, for us, like, for us working individuals, like yourself as well, my friend, is, kapag hindi mo kasi siya natutupi right after, the clothes would be crinkled.
Mhm.
Na wrinkled siya ng sobrang wrinkled na kailangan mo siyang i-iron kung hindi mo siya i-fold after.
Oo. So, talagang parang na-force ka, napipilitan kang tupiin na lang kaagad eh. Para,
That's true.
kasi kung hindi mo tutupiin kaagad,
Yeah,
another
siya.
chore na mamalansya ka pa.
Especially if you have like a button down. So ito nga, like, before I was working from home, I was working in office for the entire week. So, kailangan ko ng ng button down kasi nga, professional tayo, ganun-ganun tayo. A button down. And then, yung shirt na yon usually is wrinkled if you don't fold it right after, if you don't hang it right after. The good thing about after drying is that mainit pa yung shirt. So, parang siya, steamed, parang fresh off the ironing table siya. All you have to do is to pagpag.
To pagpag, yes.
Pagpag.
Or like to hang.
Pagpag and then hang. Pagpag and hang, and then eventually, you don't have to iron it anymore because nga, there's no wrinkles after drying. Mainit pa kasi siya, then you hang it, and then there's no wrinkles after it. So, you can use it right after. Like one less chore. Like one less, hindi ka na mamamalansya. Right after the drying. So, that's one really good thing na magpo-force talaga sa'yo to attend to your clothes after drying.
Mapipilitan ka talagang itupi na lang kaysa mamalansya ka pa, di ba?
That's true. Kaya, yan yung one of the chores that I really want to do is to like do the laundry because it doesn't require you a lot of time and effort. Maybe after, sa folding part na lang yung effort ng energy, pagsispend ng energy natin. But aside from the chores that you really want to do, is there a specific chore that you hate doing?
Ano ba, friend? Siguro, well, kasi ngayon, uso na yung mga vacuum eh. But you know, when I was young, so, pinagwawalas din kami ni mama. So, that's one thing na parang ayokong gagawin. I would rather wash the dishes kesa magwalis.
Dishes?
Yes.
Ako naman, friend, hindi kasi ako ng fan ng pagwawash ng dishes. I'd rather cook for you. Paglulutuan kita ng kahit anong gusto mo, but don't let me wash the dishes. The reason why it's a love-hate relationship when it comes to washing the dishes. Kasi me as a person, I want my kitchen, I want my space clean.
To be really, really clean.
To be really clean. Kaya as much as I do not like to wash the dishes, I want to wash it as soon as I can kasi ayoko ng may kalat. Matatambakan yun. Pero kasi, hindi ko kasi siya talaga gusto. Not that I hate it. Kasi yung kapag hindi siya nare-rinse off, yung ickiness, yung mga, alam mo yung, pag hindi siya nababad sa tubig.
Like, hindi nabanlawan ka agad.
Hindi nabanlawan ka agad.
Yeah, like for example, yung mga kanin, di ba, minsan, nagda-dry, and then ang hirap tanggalin.
True. O yung mga sauces, alam mo yun, kapag nag-dry na yung sauces.
Especially yung sa mga masisebo, di ba? Oo.
Kaya ganun. Kaya ayoko talaga maghugas ng pinggan as much as I can. But I love my space really much, very much. I wanted to wash it as soon as I can. Except na lang pag pagod tayo,
Oo. In my case naman, kasi may not dryer, dishwasher. So, hindi talaga ako nakakapaghugas na ng pinggan. Siguro lang, yung mga like, yung mga cookware, yung mga pinaglutuan, yes. Pero like, yung mga plates, so, salpak na lang. Whatever na masasalpak, sa dishwashers.
So, Fernando, if you're listening to this podcast, sabihin natin si Daniel na pwede mag-install tayo ng dishwasher dito sa unit, ha? Kaya naman easier yung life ko dito sa unit. Kaya the reason why I wanted my space to be as clean as possible, at saka at the same time, minsan pagpagod ka na, ayaw mo na din gawin, the next day na lang. It is because that if you're living alone, not just for everyone out there, if you're living alone, you will be doing your chores all by yourself. You will be the only person who will do the mopping, the vacuuming, the laundry, the washing of your dishes, the cooking, and at the same time, the grocery as well.
Lahat ikaw. So, hanggat maaga, hanggat bata, learn how to do these things, di ba?
Totoo naman. You have to learn all of these things. And at the same time, if your parents or anyone in your household is teaching you how to do your household chores, di ko nga alam. I'm not really sure if chores would be the common term that people here in this country are using. Because one time, I was texting someone, and then I was telling them that, sorry, I was doing my chores. And
Mhm.
they were confused. They were
Kung ano yun?
confused what chores are. I said like household chores, like things that I do at home, like mopping and vacuuming and sleeping. And then it hit them na, oh, chores, like household things, at the household like responsibilities. So hindi ko talaga alam. That's a really honest story coming from someone that I'm texting with, that they were questioning what chores are.
Okay.
So yun. So not really sure what they use.
You know what, friend? Ako, I would say, very lucky tayo, especially, us Filipinos. Kasi, di ba, lumaki tayo na yung mga magulang natin is talagang tinuturuan tayo sa
True.
gawaing bahay.
That's true.
'Di ba? It's really important talaga to know these things. Kasi nga, like us na, or kung meron man dyan na iba na gustong lumipat din, mga ibang bansa, like us. So, wala kang ibang aasahan kundi sarili mo lang.
That is true. That is true. The reason why as well, you'd have to be prepared, not only for the chores, because all of that you do within your household, we consider as your household chores. You'd have to consider the fact that, if you're comfortable in the Philippines, you may not feel comfortable here, especially if you don't have your family members, or let's say sabihin natin help. If you don't have your help within, that is going to help you here in this country, because lahat talaga gagawin mo. And at the same time, you don't have the comfort of you getting your transportation, let's say grocery as part of your chores. You don't have the freedom and the luxury of getting an easy transportation from your place going to the stores that you will be going. Kasi dito, there's no small convenience store. Walang sari-sari store.
Yes.
Walang general
sari-sari
store na within your street.
Medyo malalayo. Like, you're lucky kung malapit ka sa mga Asian stores or sa mga groceries, right? Pero
Because
kung malayo ka, you really have to take the bus.
you really have to, you have to walk to the bus station. Kasi nga, meron mga neighborhood. There are like a lot of neighborhoods here na yung makikita niyo sa films, right? It's not always highway, it's not always tall buildings, but there are a couple of houses that are grouped together that would be, that we call as neighbors. And at the same time, the only access to those roads within the neighbors, naisip ko na tuloy yung crescent.
Okay. Is maglakad talaga papunta dun sa kanto.
Maglakad
right?
talaga from where you are to the kanto, which would take you at least 5 minutes, or
depende pa yan.
na lang pag malapit ka sa
oo.
malapit ka sa bukana ng neighbor na yon.
Yes,
Pero
kung malapit sa bus
maglalakad ka.
stop.
Tapos bus stop, and then yung bus na yon, you'd have to wait for a couple of minutes pa for you to wait to get on the bus if you're not there on time. Even if you're there on time naman, there's a possibility as well that you're gonna be left behind, because the bus can either be early or late.
Oo, correct.
Right?
Yes.
So if you miss the bus, you'd have to wait for a couple more minutes.
Yeah, let's say mga 15 more minutes.
It's true.
It
15.
depends.
Depends.
Kung nasaan yung location mo.
That's true.
And kung gaano ka, ano yung bus.
That's correct. Did you know, sabi ni Kuya just before, when they were still living in Brampton, transportation, if you miss the bus, you'd have to wait for 30 minutes.
In Brampton.
That's in Brampton. You'd have to wait for 30 minutes for the next bus to arrive. And if you miss the bus, that bus, let's say for example, na-miss mo yung bus, you'd have to wait for another 30 minutes if you miss the bus. Or if the bus is not coming by that time, another 30 minutes, that's happening to you. So that's one of the challenge, and that maybe a struggle, maybe a challenge for anyone living in this area. If you're not really comfortable in being by yourself, commuting using the bus, but if you are blessed and lucky to have the opportunity to have a vehicle, then malapit.
And then, or kung if you're able to kung medyo nakaka-LL ka naman. Yeah.
Mag-Uber ka.
Yeah, Uber ka or Lyft, di ba?
Mag-Lyft, mag-Uber.
Oo.
Okay din naman kasi yung Uber tsaka Lyft. Not really sure. I think it would, for those na naka-LL, it may be affordable for that. Kasi it may be $9, it may be $15.
It really depends how
Depends on the
far.
time and how far as well.
Mm-mm.
Pero for those saving talaga, saving like every penny that they earn, we all don't have the luxury of getting an Uber. Alam mo naman yun. Tsaka, pag nandito na kayo, as if you want to really transfer here, wala na talagang hiya-hiya. Kasi
Yes.
you
Kasi
have
lahat
to,
dito, lahat tayo dito, like, equal. 'Di ba?
that's true.
So,
lahat
walang
dito
hiya-hiya
equal.
lahat dito. If you're doing your grocery, you have to pull your wagon or yung ano mo, what do you call that
Yung
thing?
trolley.
Trolley.
Yung
Yeah.
parang bag-bag.
O, parang bag na may gulong. So, your trolley or your wagon. So, lahat sa bus, especially summer, no? Kasi ngayon winter. So, pag summer, talagang lahat ng tao, ganun yung makikita mo.
Yun yung makikita
Oo.
mo, walking on the street, pulling their wagon, having their grocery. They don't care about you here. They don't care how you look. They don't care whatever you bring.
And what's your status?
What's
or
your status?
ano.
Everyone takes the bus.
Everybody's equal.
Yeah, everybody's equal here. Kaso nga lang, if you don't, if you don't have any proper hygiene, mahirap naman tayo sa buhay natin.
Wait lang, friend, ha? Speaking of, medyo umiiba-iba na tayo ng
Sige, balik tayo sa shore.
Medyo lumiliko na tayo ng konti. Parang we're talking about household chores here.
Kasi naman, nag-usap tayo ng grocery and how to, grocery as a part of your household chores kasi kailangan natin mag-travel pa ng grocery store. Pero napunta na tayo sa transit and transportation. Pero mabalik tayo sa household chores. Balik tayo sa household chores.
Yeah, so ikaw ba, friend? Ano yung mga gustong-gusto mong niluluto? By the way, friends, you know, Vince is a very good cook and a very good baker.
Thank
So,
you.
yung pinakagusto kong niluluto niya is yung kansi, KBL, and pares. Yeah, Vince is from Iloilo, so sobrang sarap ng mga luto niya.
Hello po sa mga listeners natin from Iloilo City.
Yeah, hello mga palangga.
Mga palangga?
Yeah, hello ga. Di ba ganun yun? Ga, di ba?
Ganun yun. Ga is short for palangga. Alam mo yung palangga, di ba? Is love. I love her.
Yeah, palangga. Hello mga ga.
Palanging.
Yeah, kasi si Mama, may siya, friend. So, si Tita Ga, ang tawag namin sa kanya si Tita Ga, si Tita Maylene. Hello, shout out din kay Tita Maylene. Tita Ga.
Ayun. So, ayun, yung gusto ko niluluto as, part of our household chores is to cook as well. So, every time na magkikita kami, because we don't usually see each other every now and then, only on like special occasions, I usually cook for my friends, and I'm very, very grateful that my friends like my cooking. They love my cooking very much. Thank you. Is yung kansi,
yes.
or
KBL,
nilaga.
Kadyos,
Baboy Langka, and also pares. I know pares is from Luzon. We don't have pares sa Iloilo. It's not.
You have batchoy, di ba?
We have batchoy in Iloilo, but pares is not a common dish in Iloilo City. That is something that I've learned actually when I was already here. I had to like research on things that I can cook with beef, and then I knew how to cook pares. I learned how to cook pares. Syempre, hanap natin YouTube, TikTok tayo.
Yeah, thanks to the social platform.
That's true. And eventually, as you watch the videos, you learn it by heart. But at the same time, you tweak it as well to make it as your own recipe. So, pwedeng, pag nagre-request sila to eat pares with noodles, then we'll have our broth, and at the same time, meron kaming noodles at saka yung pares mismo. Or if they want the pares to be paired with rice.
But I'm telling you guys, the pares, masarap siyang ipares with rice.
It
Siyempre,
is masarap
Asian tayo eh. Rice is life.
Rice is life. As well as kansi. Tayo sa kansi. Very soft yung beef, and at the same time, sour, savory siya, and they like it very much. I think it's one of the most requested dish na niluluto.
Yes, niluluto mo.
Is yung is yung kansi. But ikaw, friend, is there a specific dish that you really that you are really proud of cooking?
Oo, sa akin naman is sinigang. Siyempre,
Sinigang.
very, very Pinoy. Yes, sinigang. Kasi yung sinigang ko, friend, is malapot. because I use gabi. Yung dinudurog ko yung gabi para
So
lumapot
ano,
siya.
bumibili ka talaga ng gabi na
Yes, ng
na
gabi.
root na fresh sa
Yes.
Asian stores.
Oo.
Okay.
So, yun yung ginagamit ko para malapot yung sabaw ng sinigang. So, gustong-gusto yun ni Carlo. So,
Ang
yun yung
ganda.
laging nire-request niya sa akin, may sinigang.
So, gabi.
Mm-mm.
Aside from gabi, ano yung mga, let's say, common vegetables na nilalagay mo sa sinigang?
Oo, other ingredients, yung okra.
Okay,
You
masarap
know,
yun.
yeah, okra is my favorite. Okra, and then we also have yung talong,
Masarap din yun.
eggplant, and sitaw.
Masarap din yung sitaw.
Yes.
Most common. Ako naman, friend, I usually use those as well. Pero mas gusto ko yung may radish.
Mhm.
Mas gusto ko yung sinigang na may radish as much as possible. Yung kamatis, radish, yung onion, ayun. Tapos, syempre kapag may vegetable, syempre okra, talong, or sitaw. For the reason why I like radish in my sinigang, I know not everyone likes radish, but I like radish. It's not something that I hate, but not something that I love as well. Doon tayo ulit sa love-hate
Love-hate
relationship.
relationship. Okay.
Pero kasi, pag matagal na yung radish sa sabaw, and then it gets softer. Not softer because na-overcook siya, but softer because na-absorb niya yung sabaw.
Kasi matagal nang nakasoak, kumbaga, yung radish
Great.
sa sinigang soup.
Totoo. So when you bite, if you bite on it, and magbaburst yung flavor ng sinigang dun sa radish. Kaya gusto ko talaga yung sinigang na may radish. Pero I know not everyone likes radish, but I really like radish in my sinigang. So ganun lang naman yung gusto ko sa sinigang.
So, after cooking, friend, ito na tayo sa paghuhugas ng plato. So, mabalik tayo sa paghuhugas ng plato, friend. So, like, how do you find it? Like, pag maghuhugas ka na ng plato, minsan kasi nakakapagod, no? Like, after cooking, tapos maghuhugas ka pa ng plato. Like, syempre, kakain ka, and then, di ba?
Friend, direct to my heart. Kasi nga, ako yung nagluluto, ako yung naghuhugas.
Oh, so, anong medyo inaano mo dyan?
Hindi kasi, I am a strong, independent person.
Yes, I agree.
Strong, independent person. I wanted my space for myself, and at the same time, I really wanted to be independent. But that would also lead to me doing everything on my own. So, ako na yung magluluto. And then at the end of the day, ako yung maghuhugas. So, imagine, hindi ito nangyayari every day. But, nangyayari ito often. Like, you work every day. You work every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay na lang pag nag-work from home ako kasi I don't have to travel. But when you travel to the office, you spend your energy and your time traveling, working. And at the end of the day, you spend your time traveling back home. You're hungry. You want to cook your food. At least you want to eat you want to eat something really good. Kasi nga pagod ka the entire day. After mong kumain, syempre sino maghuhugas? Mag-aate ka pa ng someone else to wash the dishes for you. Wala ka na magagawa doon. So you have to wash the dishes yourself. Pero kung pagod tayo kasi hello po Fernando. Baka pwede tayo mag-dishwasher.
Friend, speaking of hugas-hugas ha, ako may kilala. May kilala ako, friend.
Ano? Sabihin mo.
Itong taong to, okay. Ang naiinis ako, minsan, yung kunyari, ito ha, yung kinainan niya, ito. Natatawa ako kasi nandito siya. Okay.
For the sake of the privacy of the individuals in this video, we may not be
mentioning
names. Maybe it is because that we might get a red flag from either brand, applications, or individuals that are being mentioned here in the video. But we will not be censoring, we will not be filtering what's happening. Yun yung hindi namin filter in this podcast. It's the events, the live experiences that we have. But hindi naman kasi necessary for us to divulge yung name ng individual if we're protecting their identity.
Okay, so ito na nga, mabalik ako dito sa taong to. Itong taong to, may kilala ko, itong taong to, yung minsan yung pinagkainan niya, sa sobrang tamad niyang maghugas, tinatago niya sa loob ng ref. Like, hindi
Bago
niya,
to, friend. Hindi ko to na ano. Hindi ko to
hindi niya
alam.
hinuhugasan yung kinainan niya. Like,
Yung
tinatago
plate?
niya sa loob ng ref.
Yung plate?
Yes, yung plate.
Na
And
walang
then,
laman na plate.
yeah, like, tapos na, kinainan. So, huhugasan na lang niya kapag ano niya, pag gusto niya na or pag may time na siya. Well, kasi naiintindihan ko naman, itong taong to is very hardworking. Very talagang busy-busy siya sa trabaho niya.
Pagod.
So, yes, pagod. So, minsan, yung kinainan niya talaga is tinatago na lang niya sa loob ng ref. But anyway,
Ano ba
okay.
to? Was this before you moving to your place with that dishwasher? Or is it current?
No, ano to, matagal naman na panahon na.
Matagal
Like
naman na
siguro
panahon.
mga 5, 6, 7 years, you know.
Lived experiences.
Mm-mm.
Matagal na.
Mm-mm.
Ang tanong ko dito, nangyayari pa din ba?
Hindi na, syempre.
Kasi meron kayong dishwasher.
Oo. Ibang tao na siya. Ibang tao na siya. Oh, yeah.
person na tayo.
Because before, he was living alone.
Mm.
Talagang he was living alone.
Okay, so this was the time na he was living alone.
Oo, he was living alone in doon.
Ah,
Down
dun sa,
under.
Malayong place na yun.
Yes.
Okay. Which makes sense. Which makes sense for me. Kasi pagod ka the entire day.
Oo.
And then, yun nga. Pero bakit sa ref? Pwede namang sa sink.
Hindi ko rin alam eh. Pero basta alam ko sa ref niya tinatago.
Okay. Baka para hindi, oh my God. Para hindi mapanis yung ano.
Yeah, maybe.
Yun lang yung naiisip ko eh. Pero hindi mapanis yung whatever is left on the
Oo.
plate.
Mga
Para hindi siya
ano.
mangamoy, para hindi siya mag-moldy, or para hindi siya mag-rancid. That's the only thing that I can think of kung bakit ilalagay sa ref. Pero yung iniisip ko naman is, nakikialam na ako, friend ha. Pero matagal na to, tapos na to eh.
Matagal. Pero ito ha. Ito nangyayari pa rin eh. Share ko lang. For sure, makaka-relate dito yung iba nating listeners kung meron silang kasama sa bahay na ganito or
Okay,
whatever.
tell me
diba?
more.
So, ito na nga. Let's say, meron kang leftover food.
Okay.
Okay, so nilagay mo sa container.
Okay.
So, the following day, kakainin mo, di ba? Let's say, kakainin mo yung leftover.
Yeah, of course.
Di ba? Iinit mo. So, ngayon, itong container, wala nang laman. Ang gagawin, hindi huhugasan. Ibabalik ulit sa loob ng ref.
Na walang laman?
Nang walang laman.
Ano ba naman yan?
Di ba?
Kilala ko ba to?
Yes, I know.
Kilala ko
Kilala
ba
mo.
to? Kilala ko to? Oh my
Kilala mo ito. Kilala mo.
I mean, pwede namang ilagay sa sink at ibabad sa
Pero, binabalik niya sa ref.
na walang laman.
Nang walang laman.
Ano ba naman yan?
So, anyway, friends, ikaw ba? May advice ka ba sa mga, like, sa mga teenagers, sa mga ano?
Ako
Like-
ha, my advice, me personally, let's talk about giving advices to individuals who would want to move here.
To move abroad.
To move like anywhere else away from your family. And a general advice to those, beginning adults. Yung nagsisimula pa lang, na-realize nila that they're becoming an adult, taking things on their own. So, again, for those individuals who are planning to move abroad, if you live comfortably where you currently are, and you're not comfortable in doing things your own, challenging yourself, and doing tasks by yourself, especially yung mga tasks sa bahay, then you will be struggling talaga. You will be struggling if you don't know how to wash, if you're not comfortable, taking the transit, you'll really struggle. But
especially with doing all these household chores, you will really have a difficulty kapag, when the time comes na you decided na, yun nga, move out of your house,
to be
independent, oo.
So, as a general advice, if you still have your parents teaching you things on how to do the household chores, in your own family way, kasi every family merong their own way on how to do chores, like how to sweep the floor, how to vacuum, where to start, where to end. Parang signature na family na tinuro sa inyo ng parents or anyone that's teaching you on how to do household chores. Learn from it, even if you don't like it, but there's something that you can learn from it.
Mm-mm.
So that's natural. That will naturally come to you if you become independent. So the two are connected. To learn from whatever is being taught to you, because in the future, who knows, you will use it. It may be helpful for you. In the long run, if you really want to, if you want to be independent in the future, so you will apply that learning and that knowledge. Grabe naman yung pawisdom natin
Ay,
dito.
pero friend, yun nga. So, even if you have a house helper, di ba?
Help,
Oo,
learn.
help. Learn. Kasi
So
magagamit mo talaga eh.
yeah, I mean, if you want to
Especially,
achieve things,
kapag ka nag-decide ka na you want to build a family. So, di ba? Sinong
that's true.
gagawa nun? Ng mga bagay na yon.
Totoo yan. Kasi you really could not know what will happen. Let's say if you have your family and you have a help as well. What if, I don't know, nagkasakit yung help mo, who will do it?
Hindi ka naman forever Disney princess,
That's
di ba?
Disney princess.
Di ba
Nako,
niya forever
tayo?
Disney princess?
Strongest warrior tayo. God's strongest
Oo.
warrior. At di ba, yun lang naman yung advice ko. I don't have like anything else to add. The rest would be like a learning process for everyone, for our listeners of this podcast, and at the same time for those maybe whoever is watching our YouTube video. But that was just the only advice that I have. Ikaw, friend, do you have like any advice, any specific advice?
Parang same lang eh. I think nasabi mo naman na lahat. Na,
Okay.
So really,
All right. So I think that would be it for our episode 1. We introduced ourselves, a little bit of ourselves when it comes to household chores. But eventually, as our episode go on, you will learn more about us.
Mhm.
Our life as an adult journey. At the same time, mga awkward moments.
Yeah, we'll
Whatever
share
it
more
is.
experiences with you.
That's for sure. And I think that would be it for our episode 1. And once again, thank you for all of our viewers and our listeners for this podcast. But that would be it for our episode 1 of our No Filter podcast with me, Vincent.
And Kirsty, please don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right, thank you. Bye.